Think of your brain as a computer operating system. Right now, almost all of us are running on outdated code. We operate on taught concepts, rules and beliefs we inherited from other people, rather than truths we arrived at ourselves. And because the code isn't ours, the system eventually starts to glitch and fail. We get trapped in rigid, unexamined routines. We type the exact same inputs into the machine every single day, somehow expecting a totally different output. Imagine someone writing 2 plus 2 equals 5 over and over again, from morning until night. When you walk up to them and demonstrate that 2 plus 2 actually equals 4, they reject it. They are entirely locked inside their own error loop. Maintaining an internal reality that doesn't match the world requires a massive, constant expenditure of mental energy. When the brain is forced to continuously suppress external feedback to maintain these inherited errors, the resulting biological friction crashes the system, manifesting as severe physical exhaustion and mental burnout. To survive, we have to stop downloading temporary patches for a broken system. We need a complete wipe. We need to install a new LifeOS, engineered from the most effective strategic and philosophical frameworks available. The first module is pure strategy. You have to start treating your personal timeline with the exact same rigor that a CEO applies to a Fortune 500 company. Every enduring enterprise rests on 2 pillars. First, a core ideology that defines exactly what you stand for. Second, an envisioned future that dictates exactly where you are going. Executing that strategy requires a ruthless level of patience. Look at Warren Buffett. He didn't rush to acquire Geico. He waited 15 years for the exact right strategic window to open. By holding his position with absolute discipline, his ownership stake grew from 33% to 50% without him lifting a finger. The strategy did the heavy lifting. In the enterprise of your own life, mapping out a grand vision without the extreme patience to see it through is just a hallucination. That brings us to your hardware, the physical body. The most elegant software strategy in the world is useless if your biological machine rejects the code. This visualization shows how the nervous system processes intention. Yoga therapy principles show us that our thoughts are directly reflected within us, physically, structurally altering the water molecules in our bodies. Your mental state writes your physical state. To optimize this hardware, you need a psychological upgrade. When physical pain occurs, you have to stop viewing it as an enemy attack. You have to reclassify it as a helpful ally, a built-in diagnostic tool signaling that the system needs a correction. For proof of how powerful this interface is, look at Stephen Hawking. He ran the most advanced mental operating system on the planet while experiencing total hardware failure. Even as his physical body became completely paralyzed, his mind successfully mapped the complex mechanics of the universe. The biological hardware does not limit the software. The mind dictates how the available hardware is deployed. Stabilizing the system permanently requires bypassing the user interface entirely to gain root access. This means clearing away the ego, the deepest layer of inherited code that distorts how you perceive and manage your life. The philosopher Ramana Maharshi achieved this through a single, relentless internal query: who am I? By constantly asking this, he broke through the superficial layers of identity. Vedanta philosophy makes a crucial distinction here. There is the intellect part, the raw data and concepts we are taught by others, and the conscious part, which consists of the truths we personally feel and experience. The 19th century mystic Vallalar established a specific eligibility protocol for this level of access. He argued that the system cannot process true consciousness as long as it is still running on the logic of self-interest. To reach root access, the individual must first demonstrate absolute compassion and love. Root access isn't about accumulating more facts. It is about upgrading the way you experience the universe. Having the ultimate LifeOS on your hard drive accomplishes nothing if you refuse to execute the code. You have to hit run. That requires risk. You calculate the odds and you make a move. Stumbling forward through active failure is infinitely healthier than the slow decay of doing nothing at all. Be highly suspicious of forced updates. Society constantly pressures you to alter your life based on market trends, peer expectations, or celebrity endorsements. The entire objective of this new operating system is to build a completely self-sustainable life. Every pivot and every decision must be driven exclusively by your own internal necessity. You are the sole founder and CEO of your existence. Boot up the new strategy today.